Okay, welcome to the Algebra Review questions. We're going to do questions 1 through 11, and then we're going to do 14, 16, 20 and 22. Question 1 looks at this idea that we have x equaling the number of power points in your house, and we have these three propositions: x plus 3, x minus 2 and 6x, and asking what that means. So in this case, the neighbour has x plus 3 power points, which means the neighbour has three more. Now let's reduce it to power points than you. So plus 3, so here if it's minus 2, it's going to be the neighbour has two fewer power points than you, and then 6x is going to be the neighbour has 6 times the number of power points as you. Okay, question 2 asks us to evaluate. In this case, we're going to do substitution in of these values. So we need to firstly rewrite the question with this substitution. So 3 multiplied by a, so 3 times 4, plus the 2 multiplied by the value of b, which is 5. Okay, and as we normally do, okay, 3 times 4 is going to be 12, and 2 times 5 is going to be 10. So I normally do that shorthand. So now we have 12 plus 10, and that's going to equal 22. Question B here, let's do the substitution. 2 multiplied by a, which is 4, multiplied by b, which is 5, and then we're going to take away 12. So 2 times 4 is 8. 8 times 5 is going to be 40, so we've got 40. Take away 12, and that's going to leave us with 28. It's important for these questions that you are getting from this stage here to here and then there. If you go from just the question to here simply by working it out in your head, then you're not showing the solution. So it's really important that we have a solution for each one of these questions. Okay, so here we have ab over a plus 2b, so let's substitute. So it'll be 8 multiplied by b, which is going to be 5, all over 4, and then plus 2 multiplied by b, which is 5. So we have here 8 5s are 40. Okay, then we can cancel obviously the 4 and the 40. And then we have 2 times 5 here is going to be 10. So we end up with 10 plus 10, so our answer here is going to be 20. 10 over b, which is 5, plus a times b, so 4 times 5 over 10. And we can do some cancelling now. 5 goes into itself once, 5 goes into 10 twice, and 4 5s are 20, and 10 goes into itself once, and 10 goes into 22 times. So we end up with 2 plus 2, so that's going to equal 4. Okay, so here we have 7 and in brackets 2a minus b, and we have our values up here, a equals 2, b equals 3. So we have to resolve the fraction part first. So it's going to be here 7, and it's going to be 2 multiplied by the value of a, so it's going to be 2 times 2, and then take away 3, okay? So 2 times 2 is going to be 4, and 4 take away 3 is going to be 1. 7 multiplied by that 1 is going to give us an answer of 7. Next one, b, we've got 3a on the outside and b plus 17 in the middle. So 3 multiplied by the value of a, which is 2. And in the brackets, 3 plus 17. Okay, so 3 plus 17 is going to give us 20. And 3 times 2 is going to give us 6. So 6 multiplied by 20. So 6 times 2 is 12. 6 times 20 is going to be 120. Okay, so again, we're evaluating that the value of A is -2 and B -3. So we're dealing with negatives in this particular question. So rewrite them as usual. So let's do the substitution. So it's going to be -2 multiplied by -2, then plus the -3, take away 5. So we have here -2 times -2, that's going to give us a +4. And then we have -3, because the positive and the negative give us a negative. -3 take away 5, so that's going to become -8. So now we have 4 take away 8, so our answer is going to be -4. Question B, we have AB, so A times B, so -2 times by -3. And then we're going to take away 4. And then we're going to take away 6 times the -3, all over 2. So we want to do the multiplication here first, and the multiplication here as well. So we've got -2 times -3 is going to give us +6. And here we've got -6 by -3 is going to give us +18. Okay, so now we have +6, take away 4, plus 18 over 2. We can do some cancelling here. So 2 goes into itself once, 2 goes into 18 9 times. We now have 6 take away 4 is 2. 2 plus 9 is going to equal 11. All right, in question 5, again, we're evaluating, so we're doing a substitution, and what we need to look at here is we're dealing with fractions. Okay, so there's going to be some division involved. So again, doing the substitution, x plus y, so it's going to be 2 plus 12 all over 2. Okay, 2 and 12 is going to give us 14. We can cancel the 2 with itself and the 2 with the 14 to give us 7. Then we have 2x plus 3y over 5, so 2 multiplied by the x, which is the value of that is 2, plus 3 times the value of y, which is 12, all over 5. So we have here 2 times 2 is going to be 4, 3 times 12 is going to be 36. Okay, now 36 plus 4 is going to give us 40 here, and then we can do some cancelling. So 5 goes into itself once, 5 goes into 40 8 times, so that's 8 over 1, so that's going to give us an answer of 8. Okay, so question 6 introduces to the idea of a formula. In this case, F equals ma, or it could be, in physics, it would be force equals mass by acceleration. So we're then given values to substitute into that to work out what the value of the F or the force is in this. So we use this as our algebraic equation. So F equals, and M is 100 times by 6.3. So therefore F equals 6.3 times 100 is going to be 630. Okay, and the second question asks us v squared equals u squared plus 2as, and we have the values of u equaling 1, a equals 10, s equals 4. We want to find the value of v, all right? So we have v squared equals u squared, so it's going to be 1 squared plus 2 multiplied by 10 multiplied by 4, the as and the as. So now that's going to equal 1 squared is 1, plus 2 times 10 is 20, plus 4 is 24. So v squared equals 25. And then to get rid of the v squared, we want to square root both sides. So the square root of v squared, square root of 25. So v equals 5, square root of 25. Okay, so question 7 looks at the idea of simplifying and the idea of like terms. We can see here that both of these have the same terms, that they're j. So it's negative j, take away 9 more. Okay, so that's going to equal negative 10j. And here we have 5ty and here 2ty, so again, both like terms. So basically 5 take away 2 is going to equal 3ty. Okay, so question C, we have GHI and GHI, so again, both like terms. 7 take away 4 is going to be 3 and then GHI. And here we have AB and AB, so 24 AB take away 5 AB is going to be 19 AB, and then the constant, which in this case is plus 7. Okay, so here we have 6A and 7A, and then 12B and 11B. So it's 6A and negative 7A, so 6A. So we want to rewrite that to gather the like terms, and then plus 12B and then plus 11B. So it's very important that we rewrite these to show that we're gathering those like terms. And then 6A take away 7A is going to be negative A, so we drop off that 1 because the convention tells us there's a 1 there. And then 12 plus 11 is 23, so plus 23B. Okay. And then last one, F, A squared and A. So these are not like terms, okay? So we need to understand that because there's a subtraction sign in the middle here, we can't consider them to be like terms. So we just have to leave that the way it is. There are other ways of simplifying that using factorisation, which we're not doing today. All right, so now we're doing simplification using multiplication. So we just have to multiply across. We have to always imagine, we know that this is actually 15 times A times 2 times B. That's what it really is. So it's 15 times 2, so it's going to equal 30, and then the AB. All right. We don't have to write it out in this expanded form, but just highlights the fact that we know that there's multiplication signs in between these coefficients and the pronumeral. So we can look at this one here and just multiply across. 6 multiplied by 11 is going to be 66. And then we just have to line up the pronumerals A, B, and C and make sure that they are in alphabetical order, like this. And then the last one here, we've got negative 2 times negative 7, so that's going to be 14, positive 14. And then we have AB. So they're in alphabetical order. Okay, question 9 asks us to simplify some division questions. So what we can do is make sure we turn these into fractions to start with. So 24A divided by 20A is going to become 24A over 20A. And then we can just do some really simple cancelling. So the A and the A get cancelled. The highest common factor for 24 and 20 is going to be 4. So 4 goes into 25 times, and 4 goes into 24 6 times. So that's going to equal 6 over 5, which we could turn into a mixed number, which is 1 1/5. Here, the algebraic expression is already in fraction form, so we can do the cancelling here. The A and the A, 5 goes into itself once, 5 goes into 25 5 times, so that's going to equal 5B. There's only 1 at the bottom, so we can ignore that. And here we need to rewrite negative 4AB over negative 44A, and again we can cancel the A and the A. 4 goes into it now. We want to divide it by negative 4. So negative 4 divided by negative 4 is 1. Okay, so that's a positive. And negative 44 divided by negative 4 will give us 11. Okay, so we end up then with 1B or B, okay, over 11, and they're both positives. Okay, so it's important to make sure that you're dividing that by negative 4 and not 4, so that it gets rid of the negative value. All right, so now we're looking at expanding some brackets. So it's 7 multiplied by 2, and then it'll be 7 multiplied by A. So 7 times 2 is 14, and 7 times A is going to be plus 7A. Okay, here we have a multiplied by 2b, and then we're going to have a multiplied by positive 6. So a by 2b is going to equal 2ab, and a by positive 6 is going to be plus 6a. And you'll see in both of these that there's no like terms for us to simplify it any further. And then question C, you've got 4a by 3a, and then it'll be 4a by positive 5. So 4a times by 3a. So you've got to imagine it's like this. It's 4 times a times 3 times a. So it's 4 times 3 is going to equal 12, and then the a by the a is going to give us a squared. So 12a squared, and then 4a by 5 is going to give us positive 20a. Okay, so here we're going to be doing question 11, where it's asked us to simplify by expanding, and then we're going to find some like terms that we can then combine. So let's expand first. So it's 2 multiplied by 4 gives us 8, and then 2 multiplied by a is going to give us 2a, and then plus 7a. So our like terms are already together, so we can just add those. That'll give us 8 plus here 9a. Okay. Here we have 10a multiplied by 6, that's going to give us 60a, so 6 times 10. And then 10a times 2b, so 2 times 10 is 20ab. Here plus 7 times 2a is going to give us 14a. And then positive 7 by negative ab is going to give us negative 7ab. So now we have like terms. Here we have 6a and we have plus 14a, so we want to bring those together, 6a plus 14a, and then we have positive 20ab and take away 7ab, so plus 2ab, take away 7ab, 60 plus 14 is going to be 74a, and 20 take away 7 is going to be 13, so still positive 13a, b as our final answer. Okay, so question 11. Okay, we've got some powers here. So let's explain what's going on here. Let's take a look at this little section here. So we have 2a squared multiplied by 3a to the power of 4. So if I expand this out, I've got 2 multiplied by a squared, so a times a, so 2a's. And then I've got multiplied by 3, and then I've got 4a's. Times by a, by a, by a, by a. So if I simplify that now, 2 times 3 is going to be 6, and it's times a to the power of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a to the power of 6, okay? And so we can see, all we have to do is add these powers together when we're multiplying them, okay? So let's keep that in mind. So here we have 6a to the power of 6, okay? 2a squared times 11a is going to give us 2 11s are 22, and then a squared by a is going to give us a to the power of 3. Then 3a by 5, a to the power of 5 is going to give us 15 by a to the 6. And then 3a by negative 2a squared is going to give us negative 6a to the power of 3, okay? So we can see, and I've written a 2 there, that's a 6. Okay, so we can see we've got a 6 to the 6 and 15a to the power of 6 there. So we can bring those closer to each other. So gather the like terms, 6a to the power of 6 plus 15a to the power of 6. Then plus 22a to the power of 3, take away 6a to the power of 3. 6 plus 6, 15 is 21, a to the power of 6. And 22 take away 6 is going to be 16, so plus 16a cubed. Okay, so question 14 looks at this idea where we're given some information about a school hall where there's T teachers, G number of female students and B number of male students. And first one, how many people are in the hall? And this just asks us to total these together. So totaling is an addition solution. So it's T plus G plus B. Okay. Part B says 8 teachers leave, 6 female students leave, and half the boys exit. How many remain? So what we have to do is we have to apply each of these portions to our original formula. So it's going to be number of teachers, it'll be T minus 8, okay, plus G minus 6, okay. Now, I would probably put brackets around those, and then plus, okay, and then we could have B divided by 2 to show it's a half. But if you get rid of these brackets as well, it doesn't really impact on it because you're just solving this left to right in essence, okay? All right, so in question C, we have the situation where half of those teachers and female students who left the hall are going to rejoin them. And what we know from part B is we had 8 teachers leave and 6 students leave. So that's going to be 8 plus 6 is 14. Half of them are coming back in. So it's going to be T minus 8 plus G minus 6 plus B over 2 plus this 6 plus 8 over 2. So half of those are going to rejoin. So it's going to be 6 minus 8 plus G minus 6 plus B over 2 plus, it's going to be 7. And then what we could do is we can, in part B, we have the situation where 8 of the teachers leave. So that's going to be teachers, take away 8, plus, and here it's going to be the female students and 6 of them leave, so take away 6. And then half of the boys, so B over 2. Now, we can gather some like terms here. So it's going to be T plus G, take away 8, take away 6, okay? But we can put that B plus 2 here, and it's going to be take away 14, okay? Nice and simple there. And then part C asks us this. It says, well, what if half of those, half of the girls and half of the teachers rejoined? So we have that number here. So there's 14 teachers and girls that left, and half of them are going to rejoin. So there'll be T plus G plus B over 2, take away 14, and then we're going to add back in half of them, which will be 7. So then we can rewrite that as T plus G plus B over 2, and it's going to be negative 14 plus 7 is going to be negative 7 as our particular total. Okay, question 16 gives us 3 students and asks us which one of them is the tallest and what is their height. And for each one of them, we're given a formula. So the way I've put this on my page is to list each of these people down the page with their formula, and I've left a space underneath for me to do the calculation so that what will end up happening is the answer will pop out here, okay, and it'll make for a really easy comparison between each one. So here, first thing I have to do is a substitution of d equals 6. So here's going to be 4 multiplied by d squared, so 6 squared, and then take away 8, okay. Here, d cubed, so it's going to be 6 cubed, take away 45, and the Yumi is 2 multiplied by 6 squared plus 18 by 6, okay. And here, okay, so 4 multiplied by 6 squared, so 6 squared is 36, okay. 4 lots of 36 is going to be, so 36, that's going to be 144. The way I did that was 36 doubled is 72, doubled that's 144. 144 take away 8 is going to leave that at 136 centimetres, okay? So is that a reasonable height? Yes, it is. So we've got to think, the answers we get here have to be reasonable for height. If we get an answer of, say, 300, we know that's not reasonable. If we get an answer of, say, 52, again, not reasonable. Okay, 6 cubed, so 6 times 6 times 6, okay? So 6 cubed is going to give us 216. 216 take away 45, going to give us an answer of 171 centimetres, okay? So currently Noah is taller than William, and then we've got squared, 2 multiplied by 6 squared is 36, 2 times 36 is going to be 72, okay? And here we've got 6 multiplied by 18. So that's 108. So we've got 108 plus 36. So that's going to be 144 centimetres. So we can see that Noah is the tallest. So here we need to say Noah is the tallest at 171 centimetres. Okay, so question 20 talks about standard bags of apples, bonus bags of apples, and cases of apples, and asks you some questions around those things. Now, the first question asks you about the number of apples in a standard bag. Now, this is not going to be the answer is 14. It's not asking you for a specific number because it hasn't given you a value to substitute in here. It's asking you to create an expression which eventually we could use if they gave us a value. Okay, so let's think about the standard bag. Okay, so it says here in the bonus bag, not the standard bag. Okay, so we want to say that the bonus bag is twice the number of apples. Okay, so that's going to be 2 multiplied by x, and then plus 4 extra apples. Plus 4. So it's going to be 2x plus 4 is going to be our expression for A. Okay. Now it asks us for an expression for a case of apples. Okay, so a case. Okay. And so here we can see it's going to be 2 fewer than 6 standard bags. So it's going to be 6 standard bags, so 6x take away 2 fewer, so 2 fewer. All right, so this one here is going to be a standard bonus bag rather, and this one here is going to be equal to a case. Okay. Okay, so question 3 says, if we have 3 customers buy bonus bags and 5 customers buy cases, how many apples are sold in total? So we need to apply this to our formula. So we know that 2x plus 4 is the formula for a bonus bag. So it's going to be 3, and then we use our 2x plus 4 expression. So 3 lots of that. And we're going to add to that if we want a total. So it's addition, 5 of the cases 6x minus 2. Okay. Now D for this question says to take the expression from C and expand it and simplify that, okay? So let's expand this out through 3 times 2x is going to give us 6x. 3 times 4 is going to give us 12. 5 times 6x is going to give us 30x. And 5 times negative 2 is going to give us negative 10. And then we want to gather like terms, so 6x plus 30x. And positive 12 and take away 10. So that's going to give us a total of 36x and 12 take away 10 is 2 plus 2. Okay, and finally it asks us to actually give us a value for how many apples were sold, and here we're given the value of x equals 12, so that's the standard bag. So we just have to do the substitution and then the calculation. So it's going to be 36 multiplied by 12, and then we're going to add on 2, okay? So 36 times 12 is going to be 432, and then add on 2, and that will give us 434 apples were sold. Okay, question 22 looks at the idea of area of a triangle, gives us a formula, BH over 2, so base times height divided by 2, and then gives us some values to substitute in. So here, BH over 2, so B is going to be 4, so it's going to be 4x multiplied by the height, okay, which in this case is like 3x over 3x plus 2 in brackets all over 2, like this. Okay, so this gives us, now we can rewrite this section here without the multiplication symbol here. We don't need that, we can do that like this, okay? Now, we can do this really in two ways. We could cancel from this point. We can actually cancel that 2 with that 4 because these are all multiplication, and that'll give us 2x like that, okay? Or we could expand it and then simplify it. This is the easier way to do it because it's less complicated. So now we have 2x times 3x is going to give us 6x squared, and 2x by positive 2 is going to give us positive 4x. Now it tells us that expand and simplify the expression, okay, which we've done. That's part B, and then part C says what is the area of the triangle if the height is 14? So we can substitute the height into this. Okay. So what we can do here is do this. Okay, so let's have a. Alright, so if h equals 14, and we know that 3x plus 2 equals 14, then what we can do here is we can take 2 off both sides. So take away 2, it leaves us with 3x, and take away 2 here, so we end up 3x equals 12. We can divide both sides by 3, and we end up with x equals 4, okay? Now if we know x equals 4, we can put that back into the answer of the simplified expression. So now we can go 6 multiplied by 4 squared plus 4 times the x value, which is 4. Okay, so that's going to be 16 here. That's going to be 16 here. Now, 6 times 16 is going to be 96 plus 4 plus 16. So that's going to give us an answer of 106, 112. I think it's centimetres, yep, centimetres squared because it's area, okay?